And what's your name?
Imani.
Imani, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26, and what do you do?
I'm a travel nurse, travel RN.
Okay, nice. And what do you look for in a man?
I'm looking for somebody who is. I'm looking for a dominant man.
Okay.
Yes, someone who's masculine and can fit my submissiveness.
Okay. You ended up popping?
My name is Obi. I'm 30 years old, and I popped because I heard travel RNs. You know what I mean?
You don't like nurses?
I mean, nurses, they get the bag and all, but you traveling, so
Okay,
you know
understood.
what I mean. They just like flight attendants to me. You know what I mean? They just too out
All
and
over the place
about.
to you?
Yeah, they on the apps. You know what I mean? They trying to meet people everywhere they go and all that shit. So
Okay, understood.
yeah.
Okay, so you're saying travel RNs have a bad rep. That's why you ended up popping?
Yeah, I used to mess with one, and you know, it was that kind of time, you know, just kind of all over the place. So, you know, just reminiscing of that. I can't do that.
Start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wachahakodash. I want to say double honors to our apostles, our elders who are well. Also blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. It's Rob Moffitt in Nebraska campus, GMS, any push to the mark. Yeah, man, go a little quick lesson. As you see in post-production, I had a video of this, like, you know, new blind date singles meetup. I don't know, it's like a speed date. Just seems like a little ego trip for people, you know. And it's showing how low things have gotten and how desperate these women are, man. You know, and you know these guys, you know, because a real man ain't gonna have to do all this to get no woman unless you're trying to get something to freak off on, you know. Um, Well, what I mean by real man, like you don't got to do all that, man. These women are all over, you know. But getting back to the subject at hand, I digress. In that Salakia, in that video, you know, you see all the balloons pop because you know, she said she was a travel nurse, you know. And that's why I said, you know, things have gotten so low that women have been deceived to think that, you know, finances and things like that is the goal to marriage, the key to marriage, you know. And our women, you know, women of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have lost their way on understanding, you know, what the role of a wife is. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of the roles, you know, real quick. So see here, let's get back to it. All right, so in Sirach chapter 26, it tells you about, you know, overall, you know, women just in period in general. But when you go into Sirach 26, it says, "Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife." Okay, and that word virtuous, see here, goes back to virtue, of course. It says moral life and conduct. And the thing is, like I said, the women believe being virtuous is having a job. You know what I'm saying? They believe that's right because that's what Eve told them. You know, that's the serpent has told them, which is not true. Okay, a virtuous wife is a humble, a submissive, a feminine woman, a quiet woman. Okay, and it's the exact opposite that's being taught in today's time. Okay, so it says moral excellence. Okay, moral strength, high character, goodness, manliness, valor, bravery, courage, excellent worth. Okay, so don't get that caught up in your head when you hear about manliness, valor. That's just like you got, you know, words that are attributed to male, masculine, and attributed to feminine. That's part of the definition that's more attributed to you know, men. But women, it do takes bravery to be a woman. And it's like my phone decided to auto play some damn music, man. You know, but getting back to it, you know, let's get back to the precepts, man. It says a virtuous woman Sirach 26:2, it says, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband. Okay, so in case, like it said in verse 26:1, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. Now it's going to describe a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Okay, not women that are clamorous, always arguing, challenging, and trying to jock for dominance. Okay, it says a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given to a portion of them that fear the Lord. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Okay, see here. Let's go to verse 6. It's getting straight to the point. It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. This is a good point, because women are very jealous in nature. I didn't know until you actually sit down with women and talk to them. They're the worst kind of friends a woman can have is another woman. you know but it says an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hold her fat, Salaka. He that hold her, Salaka. He that hold of her is as though he had held a scorpion. Okay, a drunken woman and a gadder abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Okay, so yeah, she's women like to go clubs and all that, and club hopping, to where it's like you're not done with this club. Let's go to another one. That's not enough fun. Okay, but what the scriptures say about women, a virtuous woman, which you should keep, it says, if thy daughter be shameless, she's willing to dress any kind of way, talk to them any kind of way, put herself on the internet, that's shameless, man. Keep her in straightly, all right? Keep her ass inside, man. Keep her tail inside. At least she abused herself to open much liberty, you see? She'll be getting tossed to and fro. Back home, we call them flippers, man. It says, watch over and envy the eye, marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she hath found the fountain. And that's what old boy who popped the balloon, he said, I'm not into no travel nurses, because she is a traveler. You know what I'm saying? She's been around. And she don't look bad, you know what I'm saying? I could be degrading, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't pass up on her, if, just by the looks. But as the scriptures say, marvel not at a woman because of her beauty. She's talking about, I make good money, I'm a travel nurse. It's a wrap. She going from city to city, looking like that, wearing clothes like that, and you think she's gonna go to a different city and the dude that she likes and have the resources that she would love to have stops and say, hey, yo, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Or let's hang out for the night or whatever. She's going to feel like she has the right, especially the mentality them type of women have. It says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. Okay? It says, the grace of a wife, the light of her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Okay? And that discretion, let's see. If I could. Okay, discretion will go back to the word discreet, which means morally discerning, prudent, circumspect, wise, of judicial, and avoiding mistakes. Okay, separated, distinct. Okay, distinguished. So that word discreet is to know how to make moral decisions. To know, like, oh no, I got a husband, I don't need to be dressing like that. To know, like, I don't, they got women that are just there's simple things like how you walk up the street. The man's supposed to walk close to the street, handling business, making business deals. You're supposed to let the man close the deal. You know what I'm saying? When you're handling business, you're supposed to let the man talk. You know, really, at the end of the day, you're supposed to there's only one person that needs to be talking, because anybody that's trying to swindle you on the deal know that it's divide and conquer. If I can get her to think one thing and the husband to think the other thing, and they go argue, I can get this squeeze this deal in. You know, but women don't think that. Women thinking in their mind, well, I got a right to say something. I got something to say too, and I deserve to have something to say. And you're not thinking like, yo, bro, us going back and forth is not good for us cutting this deal. Okay, women don't think that ahead. That, you know, most women don't think that far ahead. Okay, they don't have that moral discernment. Okay, it says Sirach 26, verse 14. It says, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. You know, yeah. And there is nothing so much worth as a mindset well instructed. A shamefaced, you know, which is a woman that respects herself, how she looks, how she carries herself. You know, she ain't just popping off, yelling, cursing. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's modest, man. Okay. To be frank, women back in the G, you're not even supposed to be looking no man in the eye, man. Okay. You're not supposed to really be in the presence of men at all unless you're serving. You know, you're supposed to, you know, really be, you know, going to and fro in front of your husband. You know, but women like to do that to let you know that their presence is there. You'll be up in there with the fellas and she got to come down and ask you if you need something. She could text you. But it's like, I got to be seen. I got to let you know who's a wife up in here or whatever. Or to be seen by other niggas. You know? It says, silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. You know, so all this, what you bring to the table, do you bring a continent mind to the table? Okay? Do you bring a submissive nature? Okay? If you was really submissive, you'd just a woman like that would just quit her job and do what the guy needed her to do. Not saying necessarily if the guy don't want her to quit, then that's what it is. Or she'll take all the money and just give it to him for the betterment of the household. You know? But it'll never happen like that. That's almost laughable nowadays. But here it is, you'll both stay in one house. You know, both of y'all eating off the same food, the same electricity, the same Wi-Fi, and, you know, you want the same goals. You want to own a house. You're in it together because you're laying with each other, probably had the kids, and you're saying, this is my portion, this is your portion. In all reality, if there's no food in the house, there's no food for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Everything that affects both of us. So why is it a problem? Because it's selfishness. It's minds, you know, not what we can do with this. But that's just the spirit of Jake, man. Going back, we'll continue. It says, verse 17, it says, as the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of the face of ripe and age. You know, as you know, because these women, you know, the younger you are, the more beautiful you are. And that's another thing. These women chase these careers, they get old, your stock drops. Okay? It says, as the golden pillars are upon candlesticks of silver, so are the fair feet with the constant heart. Son, my son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers. You know, yeah, fall in love with these hoes, man. Okay? You know, start letting her put cookies in your head, you know, different things. And it happens all the time. Woman, well, why don't you travel? Why don't we do this? You're so much capable. They'll put cookies in your head, man. It says, when thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the fields, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. And it ain't just talking about just being married. It's not, no, a married woman is going to perform marital duties. Meaning that while Jake is out here in this modern time, not modern man, modern woman, we ain't talking about all that foolishness. In this modern time, Jake could go out here and have to deal with Esau with his racism, deal with, lazy people at the job, incompetent people, just the frustrations of being in the world. And then you come home, it's supposed to be a defense, it's supposed to be a place of rest. Not when you come through the door, it's a hell of things they need you to do, or complaints, or they want attention, or, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that. That's not a woman that is a helpmeet is going to fill the voids of what that other person can't do. You know what I'm saying? So if a man come home, you have a cooked meal. He'll have his favorite area set up. Okay, you'll have, like to where a person can come home and get comfortable. Nowadays women won't even let you in the door without giving you a piece of their mind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of women and men aren't trained as men and women, man. Okay? But men normally will figure it out, but women they definitely need guidance. Okay? Because women don't know any better. Recognize a woman as a weaker vessel, man. Easily beguiled by new ideas. They ain't gonna think it through. Okay? That's just the way that they're hardwired. They're emotional creatures. Okay? It says, verse 23, it says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband, which is respect. Okay? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. You see? Not one that, oh, niggas ain't shit, or he ain't this, or, you're around your cousins or your friends, and every time somebody do something funny or do something silly or do something incompetent, you're around my husband, and you just constantly putting smut on their name. Okay? You shouldn't do that. Okay? A wise woman will honor her husband. Okay? Because the way he looks represents you. Okay? And it's the same way around. It says, him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. Salakia says, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty of men and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such a one to the sword. Okay, so yeah, that's it to this verse. With these verses, and then let's see here. So we're gonna go to 1 Timothy chapter 2. Okay, verse 9, it says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, okay, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair all done up, twisted, colored up, things like that, or gold or pearls or costly array. It's saying, a woman's stock is not in that, all right? That is a carnal way to appeal to men. It's like putting diamonds in a watch. You actually devalue it by adding shit onto it. It's like putting rims on a car. It makes it look good on the outside, but you're tearing the transmission up. You know what I'm saying? It's not actually good on the road with those type of tires. You're defeating the purpose of what it was made for, even though on the visual, on the superficial, you're making it better. All right? Plastic surgery, all that type of stuff. That's a woman. That's similar to a woman getting out of place. Up front, as a front running type of idea, you'd be like, oh man, this is, oh, she on the up and up. She got money and she's a woman. Oh my God. All right. And then you're gonna start realizing, nobody want a woman like that. See a car with switches on it. Oh, that car is so cool. But you didn't devalue that car, man. Car ain't worth nothing. Okay. So this is what women. This is what happened to women that chooses to get out of their place. Okay. Makes you good for nothing. You look good on the forefront, but the back end ain't gonna be worth nothing. says, in like manner, also women adorn themselves, and modest apparel means dress appropriate, okay, with shamefacedness and faceness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or costly array or costly or gold or pearls, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the women learn to silence with all subjection, and this, goes into I suffer not a woman. Hey, I just read it. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. And a woman, money makes a woman feel like she should have authority. She don't care about the rules. She's just trying to find a way to solidify why she should break the rules. Okay? And money is a catalyst to that. Education is a catalyst. But here it is. Your whole duty, your heaven sent godly duty, is to reproduce and have children. And the women that are taking these careers on, the bulk of them are suffering a lonely life, okay, which defeat the purpose. All right, it's like a cat learning how to fly and don't even take time to learn how to be a cat. That's what these women are doing, okay. Like your whole purpose is to reproduce. That's why you can do it. To cook, clean, nurture, to help things, not help yourself. It says, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. And that's what happens. And this is another point. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. And we're going to get this last precept, and then we'll, shut it down. And this is the precept that we should have got first. But, hey, we're going to go to Titus chapter 2 and 4. I'll start at 3. It says, the aged women, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Don't, like, this is your whole, people don't understand. People think that, okay, I'm doing this, what do I get out of the deal? You should find joy in being a wife. You should find joy in, as men, being a husband, being a father. Like that's your duty. Like it shouldn't be like, okay, I'm doing this. Now, can I at least have some me time? That is you. Your family is you. Your woman is you. This truth, of course, is above all that. It is us. You can't say, okay, well, I did a great lesson today. Now it's time to treat myself. No, this is a part of us treating ourselves. It's how we manage the things that the Lord bless us with, our family, our children, our lives, and ultimately and utmost is truth. Okay. It says that they may teach, Salakia, verse 5, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Most High be not blasphemed. Okay? Keepers at home. Instead of trying to want to be a travel nurse or want to see the world, like, ain't nothing wrong with, vacations and creating memories, but that's not what life is all about. Life is all about, you as a stock of whatever your last name is, you're producing a stock of people that creates a better flow for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got something to offer for the world. A lot of these niggas don't have nothing to offer. They're just taking up space, taking up space on the interstate. They're making lines long, all for their selfish agenda or whatever they have. Okay? So I want to read this in the NLT, and then we'll close it out. Same thing. It says, Titus 2 and 3. It says, similarly, teach the older women to live in a way that honors the Most High. They must not slander others or be heavy drinkers. Instead, they should teach others what is good. These older women must train the younger women to love their husbands and their children, to live wisely and be pure, to work in their homes, to do good and to be submissive to their husbands. Then they will not bring shame on the word of the Most High. In the same way, encouraging the young men to live wisely. Okay, so this shows you, man. You know, men, and this is another thing. Men are accountable to teach men how to be men. You know, but this is the thing. This ain't the problem. Men is trying to search on how to be a man. That's like this. You know, some men. Well, most men don't know how to do it. You know, like they said on Friday, I'm a man without it. You know, like hey, Jake going strive to try to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And cowards gonna be cowards, bro. But that is just in a man to want to be a man. You know, unless you just go off the rip and clearly do it. But it's not like a woman being a lesbian or a dyke. Men do that. They go gay. But you don't see regular men walking around trying to be feminine, explore their feminine nature. That's some new stuff like Charlemagne the God, these metrosexuals. That's what they try to do. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, a man is going to instinctively try to be a man unless he's trained to do the otherwise. You know, as the scriptures say, the Lord made man upright, but he sought out many inventions. And women are the easiest to be deceived and beguiled and to think that they need to act like men when you clearly are a female. You know, that's like telling a fish to act like a dog. Only a fool will say, well, you could be a better dog than him. You're way faster in the water, like some dumb connective point to make you believe what that direction is the right thing. Surely if you eat of this fruit, you will not die. That's how it works, you know? So yeah, with that being said, I hope this was edifying, man. With that being said, I don't say call all y'all Bashima Shah, y'all Bashima Shah, Bashima Show.